Hey guys, Lawrence here at the Hamme Zogge cyclocross track, or at least the permanent section of it, and I'm here today with the latest addition to my bike cave, I guess. This is the Canyon Inflite AL 5.0 SLX race, or SLX comes behind the AL. Actually, there's only one single aluminium inflite, so I'm just going to call it the aluminium inflite. And got it here with me. I've done about 200 kilometers on it, so I'm not comfortable calling this like a full detailed review yet. I will do one at the end of this cyclocross season. I'm here for some training and I wanted to show you guys the bike because this is bike buying season. As you can see, gorgeous bike. Now I'm just going to go over it from front to back. So at the front here we do get that very popular, because it comes on all their bikes, the Canyon H17 bars. There's the specs if my camera focuses, and then it also comes, whoa, if I figure out how this gimbal works, it also comes with the V13 stem, specs on the stem right there. It's pretty comfortable, but they're obviously not the most high-end bars in the world. Now what's pretty interesting to me is the shifter situation. So this bike comes with a full SRAM Apex Hydro 1x system. Pretty simple, brakes like that, and then to downshift, to upshift, small push, to downshift, long push. What really kind of bothers me with this sort of shifting situation is that it's asymmetrical. So on the other side of the bike, there's nothing here. And I would personally really like to just have something else here for symmetry reasons, because it does confuse my hands a little bit sometimes when changing grips especially. But also I think this is a great place to put like a lever for a dropper post when dropper posts become a thing on cyclocross bikes. More about Canyon sort of kit on there. This is a VCLS seat post, so this bit here is carbon, and then the head is aluminium, 20 millimeters of offset. That's basically the biggest gripe I have with this bike, as with every bike, is that the seat tube angle is just not steep enough for me, and then adding offset makes it even more uncomfortable. So I have to really run my saddle all the way forwards, way past the maximum, and it's still too far backwards. So I'll probably be swapping out that seat post really quickly. Now, I saw some comments about the welds not being very beautiful, but actually Canyon's done a great job completely hiding the welds on this aluminium bike, especially here around front. I think they've done an amazing job there. The only place where you can maybe see a bit of ugly welds would be down there near the bottom bracket, but I can't really get it exposed properly. But just take my word for it, the welds over here are actually a bit ugly looking. Everywhere else though, it's pretty clean. So as the bike falls down from the wind, it's time to go over the wheels and tires. So it comes with these Schwalbe X1s. These tires are tubeless ready, and these DT Swiss C1850 rims are also tubeless ready. But the bike does come with inner tubes in it, so you'll have to put in your own valves, because valves don't come with the bike, unlike what I've read from other reviewers, sadly. Moving to the cranks, again, SRAM Apex 40 tooth in the front, and then round back there's a 11 speed 11 to 36 cassette. I'd personally probably change it out to 32, because 36 is just a bit too much for, well, tracks like these here in Belgium that are just completely flat. There's not really any need for a 36, but I guess it's handy if you're in Switzerland or in Germany or something where there is some sort of mountain going on. The derailleur is pretty big, it's pretty bulky, and it's not the lightest either, and so the total bike weight actually comes in at around 9 kilograms for this size large, and that's without these Crank Brothers Egg Beaters pedals. These add 145 grams as well. Now, one thing to talk about that I forgot when I was talking about the seat post is the saddle. This is a Salitalia X1. Great saddle, although I would like it to be slightly shorter and slightly softer, in the front as well. Again, because I'm sitting too far forwards on this saddle because of that seat post. And then a final thing to talk about, I guess, would be the brakes. So again, SRAM Apex Hydro. In the rear you get a 140 millimeter rounded disc, and then in the front you get 160 millimeters to really help you stop. This is of course plenty for a cyclocross bike because there's just zero grip, and again these tires are 33 millimeters, so yeah. Anyway, plenty of stopping power, although the hubs actually say that you can put a 210 millimeter disc on there. I wonder if anyone's ever going to do that. And then a final thing to talk about are the spokes on these wheels. These are bladed spokes, and that makes the bike really, well, cool looking for one, but also slightly aero and very quiet because there's not really a lot of noise going on when you're riding this bike. So that's all really nice. Now for my full review, things I'll take into consideration is like stiffness, how long does this press fit bottom bracket last, same for the headsets. Those kind of tend to go bad on me with Canyon bikes, so that's going to be interesting. And more importantly, stiffness. Now I'm currently not at my racing weight or racing power output, so I can't really talk about stiffness all that much, and especially because there's no front derailleur to cheat to use as some sort of stiffness indicator. It's going to be a bit difficult for me, but I'm just going to get really fit, really strong, and then I can see how much this frame actually flexes. Now, something I noticed in my previous rides, because as I said, I have done about 200 kilometers on this bike already, is these wheels that some people call really heavy and really strong. They're actually okay when it comes to weight, but they are really strong because I have a tendency to mistime my bunny hops, and so I landed on top of a tree log, and I thought the rear wheel was just complete toast, but actually the rear wheel still perfectly fine. So it's, from what I can tell so far, very sturdy bike, quite comfortable for a racing cyclocross bike, and this is actually a race bike. It even has a race in the name. But that's about it for this sort of first impression, first opinion sort of review on the Canyon Inflite. Hope you liked it. If you have any questions that you want to see answered in the full review, put those in the comment area down there somewhere, and I'll be able to answer those for you. But for now, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna go and do some training laps. Cheers!